Oh, hey, I didn't know I was live. I didn't mean to hit that, but I guess I did. Oops. So happy Sunday. I know we're a little bit early. Yeah, like I said, I didn't mean to hit live, so that's okay. We'll give everyone a few minutes to join in here. And Instagram is doing the same thing it did last week, where it just will not go live. It won't take the button. I don't know. I have to back out and start over again. So bear with me, YouTube. I thought I'd get on early so that I would avoid this, but it's doing the same thing. So let's try to fix this. How is everyone doing? Everybody okay? If you're here, feel free to make note in the chat that you're here. On YouTube, I don't know who's here unless you noted in the chat. I know not everyone is registered with YouTube, so if you're not, you won't be able to do that. But I appreciate you being here. And if you're here on Instagram, of course, I can see when you pop in there. But how is everyone doing? Everything okay? Day going well? I know for some people who celebrate, today is Easter. So Easter greetings to those of you who celebrate. I'm actually going to crack this window here a bit, so bear with me, hang tight while I do that. There we go. Okay, just needed a little fresh air blowing through here. Carter Mosier Group, hello. Thank you for joining. Aya, hello. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so we're just waiting for a few more people to join. We're right here, right past the hour of 3 o'clock. But we're going to get started here momentarily. So if you received my newsletter, I did notice by mistake I had one of the YouTube links actually linked to last week's reading. So I hope if you got here through that, you figured it out without too much inconvenience. So sorry about that. Okay, let's get started. Maybe some more people will drop in. Again, I know it's Easter and some people are celebrating with family, friends, or just taking a walk in the park. So today is April 4, 4-4. Fours are fantastic numbers. They really, they represent great strength and stability, balance. If you think about fours, we have northeast, southwest, you know, we have 4 seasons, we have 4 legs on a chair. So a very strong, stable number. In tarot, 4 is related to the emperor. And the emperor is about structure, about physical manifestation, about organization. And then 4s, hola Cecilia, 4s also, when we look at angel numbers, 4s are a reminder that we are in great angelic company, so that we are surrounded by our angels. Our angels are responding to us. So it's a great opportunity when you see those 4s pop in, and look at 4, just popped in on YouTube, and we were just on for 4 minutes and 14 seconds. So see how all of this works? But it's a great, if you see those 4s pop up, it's a great moment to sort of tune in and connect with your angels and, you know, and feel their energy with you. Call upon that. Okay, we're going to get started with some messages for the week ahead. These are general messages. Hey, Laurie. Take the messages of this week as it resonates with you. Okay. After we finish the general messages, I will pull some cards if anyone has questions or requests. For this week, I am using the deck Sacred Destiny. And I was drawn to this deck, well, one, because of the image. So again, if you celebrate Easter, it's hard to get that on YouTube without glare. You know, it does look like a resurrection. But also sacred destiny. You know, April is Aries, at least the beginning part of April. A, Aries, A, April, first letter of the alphabet. It's the Aries and is the first sign of the zodiac. So it represents that astrological new year, as you've heard me say. We just got through, you know, the beginning of spring or autumn for the Southern Hemisphere. So lots of new beginnings, and Aries in astrology, Aries is really action. It's a cardinal sign, so it is the beginning. So I really wanted to tap into that energy with sacred destiny. So we're going to pull cards here. Again, general messages. I will be pulling cards for the week of April 5th through April 11th, or whatever day you come to these messages. But can I have a card for Monday and Tuesday of this week? Monday and Tuesday. Whoopie, that was just messy. So they're going back in there. Hey, is that Jen that I see there? So a card for Monday and Tuesday as we start this first full week in the month of April. Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Alice joined. What? Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday, 2 cards, and then a card for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. So again, I'm using Sacred Destiny Oracle cards. These are general messages for the week ahead. These are energies to work with. Remember, I do not predict the future. Hello, Tim JW. Thank you for joining. I don't predict the future. I don't tell you what is going to happen with your life. What I'm going to share with you are energies that you can tap into and work with as you go through the week, and things that might pop up, okay? So Monday and Tuesday. I'm reading Alice's, so you know I have Instagram and YouTube going, so I was just reading Alice's comment, and I don't know if she made a pot of chia or a pot of chai, but I would like either one. Okay, Monday and Tuesday. Delight. And here we have a little bird in flowers. Delight. So as we begin the week here, find the things where you can find delight. Find the things that spark your sense of joy internally. So, you know, we know that our love, our peace, our happiness, our joy, that all comes from within, right? Like things out there don't create that for us in here. It has to exist here first. But things out there can bring that up. It can spark it. It can heighten it. It can, you know, as we tune into our senses. So we have 5 senses and we have our soul, right? And if we can run by our soul, then those 5 senses can sort of enhance everything for us versus letting us run by the 5 senses, right? So this is a beautiful little card. Again, we're at the time of new beginnings. Even if you're in the Southern Hemisphere and this is the beginning of autumn for you, you know, it's the harvest. It's what can you reap from everything you have been planted and nurtured, right? That you've been watering, that you've been caring for. So what is it that you can reap? So Beginning of the week, find your delight. If something comes up this week that knocks you off balance or something like that, tune back into everything that is good around you. Doesn't mean that you don't have to deal with whatever that was. Of course, we know we have to. But there's much out there in which to find delight. Wednesday, Thursday, it's 2 cards. We have power and pleasure. Wow. And if you look at the images, wow, they could not be more descriptive, but also more different, right? Instagram, you see things backwards. It's not just you. So here you go, YouTube. So in the middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, power and pleasure. The pleasure, of course, is following that energy of delight, right? And the power is the reminder of the power that you have to control your life, to control your delight and pleasure. And sometimes the word control I don't like to use, because sometimes I think we think of that as very much a physical manifestation. But when you can tap into your personal power and believe that you really do have the power to create whatever it is you want, but it's got to come from here. When you do, you can stay in that place of delight and pleasure. You can live there, right? So even if, you miss the bus, right? It doesn't have to ruin your day. You may get somewhere a little bit late, right? But it doesn't have to change everything in your world. You can maintain your peace by tapping into your personal power. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have new beginnings, which is really how we started this whole reading, was reminding us of this period of new beginnings. So let's really look at this. What do we want? What do we want to have in our life? The past year for most of us has really been a challenge in terms of a lot of things ending. Certainly routines and activities or gatherings, those type of things really have been impacted, but it's given us a distance and a place from which to really evaluate what do we want in our life? How much were we running by autopilot versus what we truly wanted to be doing? And so this new beginning is a reminder, especially while now we're seeing a lot of places open up, we're seeing more activity, we're seeing people getting out more. If you feel a little bit like, it's moving a little too fast, I will say that for me, I feel that way. Okay, then how do you want it to move for you? Like, remember that you can create that. You don't have to just jump in to a scenario that you're not comfortable with, right? You can make it what you want. And so the beginning of this week, and especially that middle week of power, really reminding you to use your power and create the beginnings you want. And that delight and pleasure never goes away. It only goes away when we choose to replace it with something else, right? But otherwise, it lives right here, but it doesn't really go away. We just feel like it goes away. Carolyn, how are you? Okay, so those are the general messages for this week. I love that new beginnings showed up. Spot on for everything, right? So those are the general messages for this week of this first full week of April. So if anyone has a question or would like a card request, you do not have to have a specific question. You could just ask for a card if you wish, or if you have a specific question, you can put that in the chat. A reminder for folks on YouTube, you do have to be logged in if you want to use the chat and ask a question. So, new beginnings. Yes, Alice, beautiful messages. Thank you so much. I love the way it flows. And yes to new beginnings in Aries season. It's just perfect. It's perfect. And this little, I don't know about, well, again, Northern Hemisphere. I am fascinated all day long by all of the birds building their nests. And what's wonderful, and I posted this on Instagram a while ago, it might be one of my highlights in my stories, is how the birds use the goat hair and the horse hair and chicken feathers that they drop, and they use them to create their nest, and everything just keeps moving in that cycle, right? That cycle of life. So anyhow, yeah, Carolyn, I'm all in for new beginnings. Yeah, and it's time. It's ripe. We can do it. So what do we want? You hear me say that all the time. What do you want? You have the power. I got the power. Okay. Cecilia, may I have a general guidance card? Yes, indeed. And a general guidance card for Cecilia. I feel like it should come from Oracle of the Unicorns for you. Okay, and then Laurie, you have a general card request, lots of puppy hair for nest. It's funny, here the birds don't use the puppy hair. I noticed that. I watch their nests all the time. But it might just be because they have horse and goat hair to choose from. But yes, lots of hair. And Carolyn, so yes. So let's get a card here for Cecilia for general guidance for Cecilia. Okay. Cecilia. Partnership. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up a talented support team. So this is from Oracle of the Unicorns right here, which I just love this deck. I just love the images. So Cecilia, general message, partnership. Think about what it is you're doing. Think about the things that you need to accomplish. Think about things that arise for you that you need to work through, and remember that you don't have to do everything by yourself. And remember that there are people out there who can really be good partners, but can provide missing information, can provide new perspectives. So really tap into that. Interesting if you're in a partnership, maybe, or is one sort of hanging out there that might be worth looking at. So yeah, partnership. Laurie asked for a general question. I see Carolyn for a question. Tim, general card, new here, not sure what to ask for, but I'm open. Yeah, thanks for joining, Tim. Welcome. Alice, a card on allowing. Not sure why, but the word keeps repeating in my head. It's an incredible word. Cecilia, I am. Ooh, so is that the partnership I am? That one? Okay. Okay, let's get a general card for Laurie, and then we'll pop over to Carolyn, come back here for Tim, come over here for Aya, and to Alice. So let's see. Laurie, a general card. I'm going to Fairy Tarot. I'm starting the school year with my partner teachers. Well, then you got new beginnings, you have delight, pleasure, you have your power to make this an incredible year, Cecilia, your partnership, your teamwork. Nice. Okay, a general card for Laurie. We have a general card for Laurie. A general card for Laurie. Okay, this is Fairy Tarot. Ace of Spring. So it's time to take action. Be fearless and happily pursue your most treasured dreams, amazing career opportunities. So spring in this deck is wands in traditional tarot. Here you go, YouTube, Ace of Spring. And the ace is one. The ace is related to the magician, and the magician has the ability to create. The magician has all of the tools, and the magician can make whatever it is that we're looking to make. And so this card is saying it's time to take action. So wands is action. It is very much personal power, which is this power card. It's our spiritual realm. It's movement through life. It can be physical movement. And so this is that spark. This is saying what in that realm of your life, what do you want? And make it happen. Take the steps to make it happen. That new beginning showing up here, that's this. What is it that you want to create in that realm for yourself? And do it. Take a step. So remember, I mean, you know, I don't know. I'll let that thought go. But, you know, when we want something to begin, all we have to do is take the smallest little step, right? We think about where we want to go, and then that becomes so overwhelming to us, we can't even move, so we don't do anything. Well, no, this is saying take that one little step. All you have to do is crack the window. That's all you have to do. Crack the window, because that air is going to come in and it'll start shifting things. And then the next step becomes much more clear, and then where you're going, and then the energy picks up and it all starts rolling, right? So yeah, I think it does match messages for you this month. And Wands is a fire sign, and we're in Aries. So there you have that, fire sign. Okay, I'm coming back here to Carolyn, who is looking for a general guidance card. Carolyn, I'm going with Soul's Journey for you. So let's have a card for Carolyn for general guidance. Card for Carolyn for general guidance. Okay, Carolyn. Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Wow. Success. Here you go, Instagram. So I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So what I was just saying is, you know, that love, that joy, the happiness, the peace, that all resides within, right? And when we can go within and connect with that within, then everything else falls into place. It's when we get disconnected and we keep looking to the external to feed that 5 cents addiction type thing, right? We need something else, that we become disconnected from that. And so this is saying success is when we get to that place of love, everything aligns because it just resonates with love, right? So tapping into that and knowing that there's no greater goal than to love, tap into that, and everything else is going to fall into place because it vibrates in that way, right? I mean, think about love. that highest vibration. Well, if you're in that space, things will vibrate with that. Okay, very on point card. You're welcome. Okay, coming back here, cracking the window to let the light in too. Yes, yes, light and air. Fire and air, by the way, are compatible signs in astrology. Okay, coming back here, I think we were at Tim had a question, general card. Okay, a general card for Tim. General card for Tim, and then coming back here to Aya. Okay, general card for Tim. Tim, I feel like the deck for you is Wisdom Healing. Wisdom Healing, Wisdom of Healing. So let's get a card here for Tim. Greetings, Jet Set Fork. Okay, can we have a card, a general guidance card for Tim, who is new to this reading? General guidance card for Tim. Right, here we are. Okay, this deck is two-sided. Okay, Tim, eat healthful foods. Eat only the foods that are good for you. Perhaps this is something you normally do, in which case you should feel very good about how well you're caring for yourself. Most people, however, know that they should be more attentive to this area, but find it difficult. Your goal, to practice healthy nutrition. Now, the interesting thing is, I think this is sort of non-gender on the card, but it does remind me of a man. Here you go, YouTube. So when you think about eat healthful foods, it's not only the actual food that we're putting in for our physical body and digesting and that type of thing, right? But it's everything that you feed your body, your soul, your mind, everything. We need to make healthy choices. So if we surround ourselves with negative thinkers, low vibration energy, that's what we're feeding, that's what we're going to feel, right? If we have put ourselves in that place of love that we see in Carolyn's card, and we keep returning to that, we return to the delight, we return to the pleasure, then that's what we're going to feel. So be mindful of everything that you absorb, including food, right? Making healthy choices to support your best possible self. Ooh. Okay, thanks for being here. Okay, healthy choice of people around me is key right now. Life change is happening now. Yeah. So, your goal to practice healthy nutrition, right? So one of the things in here is be more attentive. So just be paying attention to with whom you're spending your time, right? And what gets talked about, what the communications are about, what's the vibe there, and is it resonating for you on your highest level? And then you see here all of the hearts, so always coming to that place of love. Okay, we're coming back here to Aya and then over here to Alice. So pull a card for me. Hi, Rising Vibes. Yes, let's get a card for you. I think we're going to go here to Inner Glow. So if we can have a card for Aya, general card for Aya. Right here. Ooh, we got 2. Corey, I see your request here too. Okay, so 2 cards. This is perfect. One of them is healthful choices. We were just talking about eat healthful foods. By the way, look at the words. Healthful, healthful. It's not healthy. Not that there'd be anything wrong with healthy, but how funny that 2 cards from 2 different decks are using the same word, healthful. Full of health. Here you go, Instagram. And then the other card is angelic assistance, which again, we started this reading talking about 4-4 and angelic assistance. So I think about your choices, everything that we were just talking about for Tim, in what are the choices that you're making and are they best for you? So again, sort of going back to that new beginning where we're all starting we're starting life over for many of us. I don't mean, actual life, but maybe, I don't know, if you celebrate Easter, it's a resurrection, right? So let's make the choices that really support our purpose here on this physical plane. We came here for a reason. If you think it was to be miserable, to struggle, to fight, to feel crappy, to, just go through the motions and not feel like your soul is alive, get some angelic assistance, right? You're here for a reason. So what is it? Make the choices that support that. Okay. All right, coming back, Alice had a question and then to Corey. So Alice, your question had to do with allow, right? Isn't that what you said, Alice? I'm trying to scroll. Allowing, a card on allowing. So let's have a card for Alice on allowing, and then we will come to Corey. So a card for Alice on allowing. Card for Alice on allowing. All right, I'm going to self-care. Self-care, if we can have a card for Alice on allowing. I know, every time I look at the cards, it's like an inside joke. I laugh because I think about everything on the table, so I shall share the joke. It's not really a joke, but we have power and guidance, Alice. And of course, power from this card and now power. Well, power from that deck and now power from this deck. Are you all paying attention to this? Healthful, healthful, power, power, and then guidance. So these decks are this deck is 2-sided. Power, own your power. Every storm brings a fresh new beginning. New beginning. Ask for guidance. The divine will meet your every need. Oh, good glory. Good glory. Okay. So in terms of allowing, so own your power, right? We had power here. What I want to say about that and what seems to be coming through with this guidance card is being in that place of things happening in your life, things happening to you, things happening around you, and you having to respond as a matter of course versus choosing how these things are going to come into your life and how they're going to impact your life. And that allowing piece, I think, is taking back your power and deciding what is it that you are going to allow to come into your world. There's lots of things, everything around us all day long. But what are the things that you really are going to allow to be part of your life, to be part of your day, part of your thinking, part of your heart? And do that from a place of your personal power. Does that make sense? That's sort of what I'm getting here. In terms of asking for guidance, it's the divine will meet your every need. And so coming back to that place of angelic assistance that we just had for Aya, thank you from the core of my heart. I truly appreciate your words. You're very welcome. Thank you for writing that. And see, this card, angelic assistance, is coming into this to help you nurture that power, help you believe in that power, right? And then make your choices from there. Make your allowance choices from there. But crack me up. Power, new beginnings, healthful. Cracking me up. Okay. Feel like I'm in a safe place and things are happening externally for sure. Yeah, I mean, of course things happen externally. It's this world we live in, right? But we do get to decide and we get to choose what we will allow to come into our world. We do get to choose that. But that has to come from a place of strength. It has to come from a place of power so that we can have boundaries. So we can say yes, we can say no. We can make choices, conscious choices that resonate with us and not choices out of habit or reaction or obligation, right? Okay, Corey back here had a question. Corey, today's cards have been great. Corey, what was your question? Hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you. Thank you. Please pull a card for you. Yes. Okay. For some reason, Corey, I'm going to angel answers. Yes, Laurie, it has to come from a healthful place also. Exactly. Yes, it has to come from a healthful place. And that's everything that we feed ourselves. That's all of our choices, right? And then healthful choices. Okay, Corey, a card for Corey out of Angel Answers. What can we give Corey? Angel Answers, a card, a message for Corey. Message for Corey. Angel Answers. Okay. Remain positive. So this deck has a very high gloss finish, so I apologize for the reflection. Here you go, YouTube. Remain positive. So Corey, right in line with everything else that we've been talking about, remain positive. Now remember that when we say things like remain positive, we are not denying or negating the unpleasant things that happen in life, right? The experiences that come up or the situations that we may find ourselves in. We're not denying any of that. And it's not saying, oh, let's just always be positive and everything will be beautiful. I wish it worked that way. But we can make choices to remain positive even when we are being challenged. And what that choice is, it goes back to it goes back to healthful choices. It's how do you want to experience this life? How do you want to experience the things coming your way? You always have a choice. You have power. So you get to decide. So by remaining positive is maybe not necessarily saying, yeah, I just got a flat tire, but isn't that hilarious? Not necessarily, but saying, okay, it's a flat tire. What do I need to do? I need to call AAA and get my tire. And remaining positive that this all can be resolved. This all can be overcome. I have a contingency plan. I can call someone and say I'm running late because I got a flat tire. Like understanding that you have power in the situation, I think, is the remaining positive piece. And then wherever you want, just be super positive. Okay, that helped. Okay, rising vibes. I would love some general guidance, please. You got it. Corey, thank you so much. So fitting and so aligned with me now. Great. Great. I love when that aligned word works. Okay, let's get rising vibes. And hey, only because she reminded me, if you are enjoying this reading or at the end of the reading, if you would hit the like button, the share, the comment, that would be so great. It does, as you hear me say all the time, it does help others come to this channel and grow this circle. So I appreciate all of your support in that regard. And thank you everybody for being here. Thank you. Okay, rising vibes, general guidance. Yes, I'm going to messages from the mermaids. We have a card for rising vibes. Card for rising vibes. Okay, rising vibes. Waiting. Waiting. Here you go, Instagram. Waiting. So whatever's going on here, whatever you've got, last week we were talking about your channel and rejuvenating rain, right? So, and we're talking about new beginnings. I think there's something in here for you about taking your time with things. So, going back to Alice's word about allowing things to evolve, allowing things to leave, to drop off, and waiting for what it is that really does work with what you need in that moment versus jumping to something to fill a void or fill a gap or that type of thing. There's great growth. I'm going to put it here so you can see the card better. Great growth, great insight, introspection that can come from that waiting time. And understanding that, think about when we plant seeds outside, we have to wait. We have to wait for them. They're down in the dark. This is where things are birthed, in the dark, right? They're down in the dark and we have to wait and we have to be patient with them in their own time. And we have to create the rich soil for them so they can thrive and be nourished, and then they start to emerge, right? Then they can come up, just that tiny little sprout, but we don't have a zucchini that day. We have to wait, right? But we can see the potential that's there. We even know when we have the seed packet, we know possibly what we're going to get, right? So once that little piece comes up, we can feel the potential, we can see it, we know. We just have to really water it, right? Take the weeds out, going back to healthful foods, healthful choices. Take the things out that don't support positive growth. Remain positive. Okay, that's what I've got. All right, did I miss anyone? If I did, please re-enter your question or comment in the chat. I don't think I did. I think I got everyone who asked. If anyone else had a question before we wrap up, please go ahead. It's 15:44. There are those fours. 44. So if anyone else had a question or would like a card, otherwise, you are so welcome. Otherwise, that's our week. So recap the week, everybody. Delight. There is much around us in which to find delight. Use that. Hey, Carrie. Tap into the delight. Middle of the week, using your personal power. You have the power to create what you want. You have the power to bring about your own pleasure. You have the power to do all of this, right? We don't have to be at the mercy of anyone else. And then new beginnings. So using your power, using the delight and the pleasure that you feel to create the beginnings that you want in your life. Take advantage of where we are in the season. Take advantage of the energy around you. Take advantage of all of the energy that we have right here in this community, in this reading, and all the cards that we saw on the table. Ace of Spring, beginnings, right? Power, new beginning. I mean, that word is all over the place here. Angelic assistance, remain positive, success, right? Waiting for the beginning. But put all of these together, healthful choices. It's really the messages, partnerships saying, you know, come in with call in the guides you need, whether it's somebody here in this physical world or your spirit guides or whomever it is, call in all of those support systems and use your power to manifest what it is that you want. But remember, if you don't believe it here, it is not going to happen out there. It's just not. So own it, live it, believe it, act, that Ace of Spring, act it, and it shall be. Okay. Nurturing the seed and waiting. We all know it, but it's so good to hear. Yeah. I know, and you know, I think that's why I say remember. It's just because I know there are things that we all know, right? But as we go about life, we have to be reminded of some things. We all need it. So you are welcome, Carolina. You are welcome. Okay. All right, everyone. I wish you, Ms. Dior, may I have a reading? I was just going to close out, but I'm going to pull one quick card for you. If anyone is dropping, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support and for bringing your beautiful energy all of the time. You're welcome, Tim. Thank you for joining us. Hope you come back. Remember, if you're not on my newsletter, you can subscribe to the link in my bio and the link down below in YouTube. I will tell you, I am late getting the April newsletter out in case you haven't figured that out. I actually have not been feeling so great. So I started it and just couldn't get my energy to write. So I hope to get that out soon, folks. But let's have one card here for Ms. Dior. Out of Sacred Destiny. Here we go. Sacred Destiny for Ms. Dior. Oh, wow. I don't even know that I'm sure I looked at this card because every time I get a deck, I look at all the cards, but I have a lot of decks. But this one is striking. Purity. Can you even see the vibrant eyes there? Wow, look at this card. Look at that. Thanks, Alice. Yeah, working on it. So Ms. Dior, purity. And for me, what this is coming through and saying is, it goes right back to everything else, coming from a place of purity, coming from when we tap into our soul, the messages of our heart, that is purity. When we run around with the mind, that's where things get murky and messy and that type of thing. So check in that your thoughts are remaining pure, that your actions are coming from a place of purity in terms of, purity in spirit, in love, purity in peace. Like really tap into that. And I think it goes with all these other cards in the choices that we're making and the beginnings that we want to create, what we want to allow. We have to be coming from that place, that pure place, in order to birth something entirely new. Doesn't mean that we can't bring messages and experiences with us, right? But they have to be pure enough to allow something new to begin. Otherwise, it's just old baggage. Okay. All right. We are done. Bree, is it Bree or Bry? I'm going to say Bree. You're welcome. I will pull one more card. Didn't I just say that a minute ago? I will pull one more card for Bree. And then that's all of our cards for today. But I'm glad you're here. So let's have a card for Bree. And remember, folks, here we go with remember again. But if you want to book your own private reading, your personal reading, please contact me through the link in my bio on either down below in YouTube or in my bio on Instagram. Get in touch and we'll set up your own reading. Okay. Carter Mosier, great to be with you all in this space. We can tap into this love and connection at any time. Yes, yes, and yes. It's like Reiki energy, right? Reiki knows no space or time. And you can always tap into that. That energy is always available. And that's here too, right? Yes, well said. Okay, Bree, Queen of Summer. So this is Queen of Cups. Listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust. Taking care of others, perhaps not too much. So one thing here, Queen of Cups. Here we go, Instagram, Queen of Cups. Or Queen of Summer in this deck. This is Fairy Tarot. Loving, comforting, emotional, intuitive. So the Queen of Cups is very loving. She's very nurturing. She takes care of everyone. She comes from the most loving of places. The Queen of Cups sometimes it's the only cup in tarot that actually has a lid. Sometimes that Queen of Cups can be giving so much and taking care of others so much that it comes at her own expense. And she pushes things down. She pushes her needs out of the way. and then she is not happy with that. So for you, Bree, a reminder that you have incredible love within, right? You have incredible love to give. And so give it freely, but keep the balance in check, that your cup is being filled also. This also can show up here as a reminder to seek out someone else if you need that. If you need that, you need someone who can really be unconditional loving with you. Seek out that person. This can represent another person as well. So, okay. That's what we've got. That is today's reading. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your week. Great messages. Yes, another week of spectacular cards on the table. Yes. All right. I will see you all next time. Thank you again. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Do all those things if you would to help me grow my channel. I really would love that. So again, thank you. Be well, stay in good health, body, mind, and spirit, everybody. And we will see you next time. Bye. Okay. Bye now, YouTube. Have a great week.